everyone, this is Bronislava from HandMadeRukodelky. Today's project is to knit a beautiful, simple, basic mitten like this. This is one of the simplest, easiest mittens. Okay, so this is our project for today. As you see, I have already knitted the wrist part and the palm part, and then also the thumb part, and I provide a link to do this part as well. I don't want to repeat it in this video because I already have a video like that. The only difference between the video that you will be watching how to do this part is that I have used size 6 needles, which is 4.5 millimeters. Okay, so it's more dense, and I would say that this is going to be a size small glove. Okay, knit now a little bit differently right here when I'm connecting the thumb. So this is where we will be doing it a little bit different, like from the other video. So the first video you really need to watch first 20 minutes until you put this yarn for the thumb part. Okay, and now we will connect the palm part. My wrist has 34 stitches around. All right, and I did the thumb part same way with 3 stitches in here. Another thing that I have done differently is that I knitted 25 rows here, so it's a little bit taller, so it covers more of my arm here. Okay, so what we will do now is that we will add, in the other video we decrease by 1 stitch when we're connecting. Over here we will add 1 stitch, and the way I will do it is that I will take my hook. Want to add that 1 extra stitch, but I also want to connect it, so I will put my hook here into the stitch below this stitch, not here, not into this one, but below the one right there, and also into the stitch right here below this one. Okay, and I will put yarn through both, and that's my extra stitch now. Now I have 32 stitches. I will start knitting. Just knit all around several rows, and let me explain one thing. Let me just knit this one needle, all the stitches on my needle, and let me explain. You put your glove on. Okay, you see it's all hugging nicely. So our goal is basically to knit all the way up to around here, and from here we will start decreasing so we can finish the mitten. Okay, so right now I will, you can go and knit as many rows as to about this area of your finger, the middle finger, and then I will show you how I close my gloves, how I finish them up. So just like I said, start knitting all around until you reach this area right there. Okay, and then I will show you how to do the next step. Also, I want to mention that there are about 3 easiest ways to decrease at the top of the mitten and finish your mitten, your item. So I will try to do 3 videos, and you can always choose which one you like the best. So you see I just knitted first row when I connected everything, and I'm starting to knit my second row. So you just knit as many rows as you need for your palm all the way to this tip of your fingers. Okay, I knitted 22 rows in total from where I connected the palm part into a circle. Okay, and let me show you how it looks. And I am basically at that area where I want to start decreasing. And the way we will be decreasing is that we will decrease 2 stitches together. We will knit 2 together. All right, so, and you know how to do that, because you would not be able to knit this. If you don't know that, you would not be able to knit this glove, this mitten. So 2 together and another 2 together. And when I'm finished with my row, I will knit 3 rows. So knit 2 together on 2 more needles, and then knit 3 rows. Just knit, no increasing, no decreasing. Knit every single stitch. And so since we have 32 stitches, and we will decrease with knit 2 together every single time, we should end up with 16 stitches on your needles. Okay, so after this decrease, you will knit in each row 16 stitches, and you will knit 3 rows. I first decrease, and now I will knit 3 rows. And then we will do another decrease. So after the decrease, I knitted 3 rows, and this is how it looks on my hand, and I think it looks okay. And now I will do another decrease, knit 2 togethers. Okay, entire row. So let's go and knit 2 together again. We need to move this stitch over here. Knit 2 together and knit 2 together, and again 2 together. Now we will knit 1 row, knit all the stitches around, and that should be 8 stitches, because we decreased by half. Okay, and let's see how it looks. And I think that we are ready basically to bind off all of it. Okay, so this is it. Yep, and I'm ready to bind off. Now I will bind off all the stitches, all 8 stitches at the same time. So I usually move my stitches onto the hook that has no handle, and then I pull the yarn through these stitches, and then do the same thing with the back. I use the back to transfer the stitches from the needle onto the hook, so my hook is facing the stitch, and I can pull it through all the stitches one more time. There. And last 3 stitches. And now we just make one more stitch, and you know, like a knot. Okay, and this is it. This is our binding off of the easiest way how to bind off glove. And now we can go and start working on our thumb. Transfer all the stitches from the yarn onto the needle, and I got these little cute needles. They're really short, this, you know, for my thumb part, and this way I will not have to wave big, huge, long needles in your face. I've seen that before in one video. So as you see, I put my needle through the stitches, and I'm taking my yarn out now. Okay, and I'm going to divide them like 5 stitches, and then we will be adding 3 stitches right here, right in that area. I'll put 3 more stitches. So that will be 5 and 5 plus 3 stitches plus 3 stitches. That's gonna be 6 stitches on my next and on my last 3rd needle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and take that yarn out. You see, I like to use this thick yarn because it doesn't shrink these stitches down. Okay, so we still have those 3 stitches, and after we're done with this, 1, 2, and oh, this one is gonna be difficult, but let me do it this way. Take out of these 2, still have 1 more left, and we can pull it up, and from the back insert the needle, so the stitch is in a proper position, so you don't have twisted stitch. And now we will take yarn and add those 3 stitches, because we would have a big huge gap in here, and I don't want that. But let me see, do we want 3 stitches or just 1 stitch? I think we want 3 stitches. Okay, so because we're working on our right side, so we need to start right here. We're not knitting on the wrong side. Okay, so actually let me use a hook. Let me use hook to and I want to take 3 stitches, so I want to go somewhere in here is going to be 1, somewhere in here is going to be 2nd, and somewhere in here is going to be 3rd. Okay, and I want to do it so we don't have any holes. We'll go here because this is gonna make the least smallest hole in here, so we will take this stitch and put it on this last needle with 3 stitches, okay, and now we need to add another stitch right here where we connected those two together here, so that's not gonna be any hole right there because it's nice and dense in that area. And then we have it kind of, you see, kind of 2 spaces in here, so we need to make sure that we don't see it. We cannot go here, it's too low. Let's go in here. So we kind of close those gaps, and you see it's really nicely connected, okay? And this is going to be our beginning. So we have all the stitches in here, okay, and we can start knitting. So now knit all the way to about little past by the beginning of your nail. If you have long nails, then you need to go obviously little higher. If you're a lady and you want to have a longer thumb, then you need to do that, okay? But I usually cut my nails because I work on a computer all the time, editing videos, editing images, writing patterns, so I need to have my nails really short. And you just knit all around your thumb part. This one is really long, but that's okay, don't worry about it, because we will later on the wrong side, when you will be weaving in all the ends, you basically will pull that yarn in. You will pull it in, look at that, you see, you will pull it in and then you will weave it in, and the stitch is going to be short, okay? So do not worry about that stitch, and just keep knitting straight. That's all, just keep knitting. So I'm there where I want it to be, probably even 1 extra row than I should have, but that's okay. And now I will do the same thing like what I did over here, that I will knit 2 togethers, okay? So we will start decreasing by knitting 2 stitches together. So knit 2 together, and again. Now let's move this stitch over here. And knit 2 together, and again knit 2 together, and knit 2 together, and the last needle knit 2 together and 2 together, and 2 together. Oops, wrong way, I added extra yarn there. Let's knit entire row, knit entire row, okay. Now we're here again at the beginning. You remember this was our beginning, and let me see how it looks on my hand. Perfect, look, perfect. I can now bind off by pulling the yarn through all of these stitches, okay? So let's go and bind off by pulling yarn through all the stitches. So again, we will transfer the stitches onto the hook. So this is our first needle, just like we did it over here. Okay, let's pull that through and make a knot by pulling yarn through again with the hook. Okay, let's cut off yarn and we can weave in all the ends. So we have 4 ends. We have one end here, one end here, one on the inside, and one in here. But I want to show you, you see this is getting again like big. So what you need to do is go inside the glove right here and find one firm stitch, pull it with the hook through, and then make a knot, and then it's not going to unravel easily. And do it one more time somewhere, let's say here, and then you can weave it in. You just don't want this to unravel, that's all. And I will weave it in somewhere in here, and this is how I do it usually. I go through the, I take it, I just weave it around the stitch. Not bad at all. Let me show you how it's connected in here. You see, no holes, perfect, nice and smooth, very nice. Okay, so this is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you learned something. If not, at least you probably are not anymore afraid of knitting mittens. And share my videos if you see any more videos, or share this video if you want. Click on those links below the video, and follow me on Pinterest, Facebook, Google+, wherever you can, Ravelry. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you another time with another project.